So thank you so much for asking me to be here today. And it's actually kind of interesting how somebody's journey in life that's just there every day, somebody thinks that it's inspiring. And so when I got the call from Rabbi Teldin and asked if I would come and speak and tell me about the purpose of today, I was honored. And I said, it's just my life. I don't know any other way. And so if sharing that's going to help somebody find what makes them get through life in a way that's meaningful, then I'm glad I can be here. And this time of year is so amazing because it is actually my favorite time of year. And most people, this isn't the case, but for me, Yom Kippur is my favorite holiday in the whole wide world. I have been lighting a shamus candle for my father since I was 4 years old. I've been lighting every year since then with my mom by my side until I was 15, when my mom became the second candle. 9th grade, the only time I see my parents is when I go to the gravesite and in my heart. But you know, the lessons and the joy of seeing that candle and the light every year, lighting that, never missed a year. I get to be close to people who I love very much. And I remember the lessons that I learned that actually nourish my soul. And being Jewish and understanding the true meaning of my neshama has guided me in a way that makes me soar. And soar in a way that is significant for me and allows me to find my purpose and my passion and to do everything from my heart. And what do I mean by that? I have learned incredible lessons from my life through the death of my parents as well as the life of my parents. I have learned in the soul of my being, tomorrows are never promised. Never. Every day is a blessing. And I honestly and genuinely live every day like it could be my last. And I have been doing that since I was 4 years old. It is amazing because I never in a million years when I was growing up thought I would ever live past 38 years old. I am 50. How I got to 50, I have no idea. But it is a blessing and one I don't take lightly. My father died of a heart attack at work or his sudden heart failure at 38 years old. And no one really knew the exact cause. And he died with no life insurance, no wills, and my mother took her life 10 years or 11 years later. And I saw the journey, and I lived it with her. And I learned other things as well, that we are responsible for our own happiness, and that we really need to stay true and figure out who we are independent of everyone else around us, so that we can truly be who we are and find our own light. And never to be so dependent on somebody else that you don't know who you are. Everybody has their own journey. Everyone has their own purpose. And you know what? No one ever said life's not supposed to have obstacles. Obstacles help us understand the blessings of every day. Because if we didn't have them, we probably wouldn't recognize them. And I try to find the blessing in everything. And I tried to find the blessing in my parents' journey. And I have made it my passion to make sure that I stay true to my soul, to my neshama. Meaning that if I said in my little bio that water my soul and I will soar. What does soar mean? Soar means I get to be the best version of myself, and I am going to stumble and I'm going to make mistakes, but I am going to give it everything I got. And I'll never forget when I started in the financial services industry. Somebody came to a group of us back in 1997, it's been a long time, said, how are you going to succeed in this profession? They went around the room, and there was like 10 of us. And one person said, I'm good in sales. The other one says, I'm good at money. And I said, I have no idea, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to give it everything I got, and I'm going to learn how to do it right, and I'm going to care. And I care, and I'm doing something that is important to me and meaningful, that nothing will happen to my clients what happened to my parents. And if I can help be a light to help them find their soul and their neshama, then I am making my life a blessing, and that their deaths have meaning and beauty in them, and that they live on in me if I remember. And I want to make a meaningful way of living my life as well. And it's interesting because I never in a million years thought that this is what I would do. When I was 16, after my mom died, well, I was 15 when she died, actually November 6th. My birthday was in February, so I had turned sweet 16. And I decided what I was going to do was be a volunteer EMT at the local ambulance corps, because I didn't want to see people die. I didn't want other children burying their parents. And so I became a volunteer EMT at 16, rode first in at 17, and I really felt like I was doing good and I was helping and I was doing something meaningful. At the same time through high school, I decided, well, I remember after my mom died, she used to schlep us to college. She went back to school because she had no education because my dad was the breadwinner and she stayed home. This was the 60s, took care of the kids. And I remember her going back to school and how important education was for her to be able to find who she was, independent of all the other roles she had. So I knew I had to go to school. And so I decided to make myself happy, because I saw that her happy was intertwined with everybody she interacted with, and it was not internal to herself. And so I had to find that. And I joined sports. Some I was good at, some I wasn't, some I became the state champion in. And I tried to study. I was not someone who can memorize anything. I worked really hard to do that, was able to graduate with honors, even though I'm dyslexic, and it took me twice as long to read everything. And I really just tried to give it my all. I thought if I was blessed with today, I just wanted to get it all in. I wanted to be helpful. I wanted to figure out who I was. I wanted to find light that could help and leave a footprint that was meaningful to other people in a way that my parents' life had been meaningful to me in ways I would have never imagined. And so in that course of my journey and going to college and putting myself through school and the people that I have met and the courses of life and the different jobs I've had along the way, which led me to the one I found in '97, I would have never in a million years imagined that I would have found what I'm passionate about. But I did, because when something didn't feel right, I listened. You know, even today, I float every morning. I go to my backyard and I do some laps, and I just float in the pool at the end, and I watch the sky go by and the clouds. And I just remember, I am just passing through. I am just passing through. And when I light these candles on your site this year and every year, when I wish to be sealed in the book of life, I get it. And when I light those candles, I am connected to every generation before me and every generation after. And when I light those candles, I just feel so connected and so humbled and so honored to, even though through obstacles, I was able to find the blessings and stay true to them. So when I don't know which way to go, my neshama tells me, go high, go low. It's okay to stumble, just try. And when you find something you're good at, keep going and keep doing. And not everyone has to like you, but you gotta be true to who you are. And you gotta appreciate and value the journeys of others so that you can understand yours in relation to that and appreciate who you are and the role you can play, not by being like everybody else, but by truly being who you are. And you can only do that if you stop and see how things feel, decide what's important to you, and give it a try. So I hope you have a wonderful Shana Tova, that you're put in the book of life, and that your life is meaningful every day you're given. And if it's not, take a look. you can choose. You're responsible for yourself, and you're responsible for the decisions you make, even though Hashem provides so much. There is no plan, but all you got to do is understand who you are, and it will help guide you through those struggles so that you can find the opportunity and the blessing. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful, and Shana Tova.